Hello and welcome. You're with IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live interactive web television. This is your very own platform where you can interact with us live even as we talk on different issues. You can leave us your posts, your video messages and of course your tweets at #IndiaPostLive and @IndiaPostLive. Well, today we're going to have a very brief, informative session on something that has been bothering many of us, I'm sure, and that is about the recent news that almost 5 million Google accounts were hacked. And the details of these accounts, including their passwords, were posted online. Now, this was posted online by a Bitcoin forum called btcsec.com. And remember, almost 5 million Google accounts. The particular website, which is, it was a Russian portal, it said that 6% of all these passwords were active. Of course, immediately there was a statement from Google saying only 2% of these passwords were active and that automated anti-hijacking systems would have blocked any login attempts. Now, we are going to understand the entire fear psychosis, of course, is something that many of us would have felt. We're going to try and understand the whole concept of such hacking and why this actually happened and what steps we can take to prevent it. So I have with me online Dominic Arunesudas. Dominic is a cybersecurity expert and he's going to talk to us about how to prevent these things from happening. Hi, Dominic.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay, Dominic, I can't hear you. I think, is there a mute button that you need to unmute?
No, I'm perfect here. Can you
Okay,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Hi.
Yes.
Welcome to India Post Live.
Thank you.
All right. Dominic, you know, I'm sure all of us, when the news came out, it sent a lot of fear. But then, of course, if any of our passwords and accounts were, hacked into, we would have got information. Thankfully, mine wasn't. But 5 million is a huge number. And obviously, this has raised a lot of fear that is my Gmail account safe? Now, Google has said that it is not a breach in its own systems, but there was a combination of malware and phishing schemes to capture some credentials. Can you throw some light on that? What exactly does that mean, Dominic?
There are multiple ways of hacking an account,
Okay.
let alone if it's Gmail or Yahoo or anything. One of the sophisticated attack is called spear phishing or farming, where the hackers or the malicious programmers lure the target to click on certain links, and that in turn would ask you to key in the password, probably because the bandwidth was low or some other technical reasons, and the user unknowingly will key in their password, and the copy of that goes to the programmer or the hacker. Now here again, Gmail offers in their email services something called as two-factor authentication in the settings, which 90% of the people do not use it.
Yes.
Now, and those people who use it, it's next to impossible to get hacked, though 100% security is a myth, right? But the probability, you just keep yourself that much safer. The moment somebody tries to attempt it, the phone number that you're linked it to, it will inform you that there is some sort of an attempt happening. However, there is also another website called securityalert.noem.com.
Okay.
And if you put your email ID, your Gmail ID, and you click search, and it will tell you that if your email was hacked, is it relevant to the database that was pulled out of or not, right? So there's multiple options, and let me put a copy of that here as well, right?
Okay.
So this is a URL. Just click on it and then put your Gmail ID, and it will tell you if it was possibly one of the ones that was hacked or not.
All right.
But this is going to continue. But the point is, the user should be clear that if they don't want to get hacked, they should they should use two-factor authentication more frequently.
Great. Okay, Dominic, stay with me for another 30 seconds before I come to my next question. You spoke of the two-step authentication. Now, let me quickly, take you through the process of that, because like Dominic said, it is very important. And who better than a cybersecurity expert to say that 100% security is a myth? However, you can protect your ID quite a bit if you follow these steps coming up on your screen right now. The two-step authentication. take a look at what that is all about. You need to take the following steps. Go to Google Account Security and under password, look for the two-step verification. Click Setup, then you start the setup. At the next page, you sign in. In the box, you enter your phone number. Choose the mode with which you will receive the code. Click Send Code. A 6-digit code will arrive on your phone via text message or by a call. Enter the code on the website and click Verify. Next, Confirm. And that's it. Your two-step authentication is done. It's as easy as that, Dominic. Thank you so much for taking us through that, because I can tell you I don't have it. I haven't done it myself. But now that you've told me,
that's the first thing that you should do after the show.
I'll do this immediately after the show. I just want to ask you, is there something called partial hacking? Or
No. There's nothing. No, a hack is a hack.
a hack is a
Right?
hack?
There's nothing called as partial
Okay.
or impartial. Some will do it, specifically those who are what we call it black hat hackers.
Huh.
For them, it's bread and butter. They will always and every time be 10 steps ahead of the good guys, because for
Right.
them, this is survival.
Of course.
And through them, after an incident happens, that others learn, investigate, and they create the database and case studies of, okay, this is one of the possibilities, right? But they are the guys who lead the whole show of some of the most research and malware and hack attacks and finding vulnerabilities in various systems across the globe. And they do this for a service.
Dominic, how often should one change one's password?
Well, if to take care of the suggested thing is to change it once a week. But with the kind of lifestyle that we live, it's next to impossible.
Absolutely.
So what we can do is when you do two-factor authentication, there are two options. One, if you know the laptop or the system that you log into on everyday basis, there is a check mark which says you will be asked to change or key in the two-factor authentication password once a month. And in that case, if it's once a month and you happen to travel and you log in from some other system, then it will send you a password to your phone and you key in and you are in. Or if you don't say once a month, then every time you log in, it will send you a password, you key in. It depends on how secure your data in your laptop or your hard disk or your system is.
Right.
It's a call that the users will have to take.
Right. Another question which I hope is pertinent. Gmail is one of the most used, emails now, email services. Right. Now, is that why Gmail specifically was targeted? Why Google was targeted? Because once you log on, you hack Gmail, you're getting access to their YouTube, you're getting access to so many other things. So is that why specifically they targeted Gmail?
No, I'm not sure about that, because when you do a research in vulnerabilities, you just do some research in vulnerabilities.
Okay.
And it so happened that at that point of time, they identified vulnerabilities on Gmail systems. Also, once you crack in Gmail, you have access to several other services, like you mentioned, with regards to Maps, you Google Drive,
Right.
So many other photographs.
Exactly.
And loads of it's a mine. Just open one lock and you just it's just absolutely super for someone who can get so much information, and then they can sell this information for a cost.
Absolutely.
There are websites you can log in and build malwares for as low as $30, right? And the rate goes higher than that.
Even
So
for normal
everything's
mere mortals like us?
Yeah. They don't care who you are. All they need is you have to give them the details of what is the malware that you need. The payment procedure will be explained to you. You give them the payment, and it will be delivered to you on a secure platform.
Any specific instructions or advice on how exactly to create a password? Any special characters that might?
Yeah. So even when you create an email ID or when you log into various websites, they themselves create a policy of for passwords.
Okay.
But ideally, it is suggested, if there is no policy per se, then it is suggested that you a mixture of alphanumerical characters with special characters, and it should be a combination of capital letters and small letters. So again, it's not possible that it won't be hacked. I mean, what I'm saying is it's possible to be hacked. The point is you can make that much tougher.
Right.
And the real guys will go for the place where the money lies, specifically your bank accounts and other details. So if you're saving your password in a Gmail ID or any ID that this bank and this is the password, then that is for some serious trouble.
Yeah, and that happened to somebody I know. That
Yes.
was a horrible, horrible thing to happen. But
No, I
anyway,
know a lot of my friends who save the account name,
yeah.
the customer ID, and the password, including the password for some other email IDs which exist, including the
Oh my
password for the
God.
locker and 10 other things. And and they don't follow two-factor authentication. And it's people like them whom the
Completely
hackers.
compromised.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Okay, just one last thing before we wrap up. You remember that pictures of very, very famous celebrities, including those like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, iCloud hacks.
Yeah, their pictures were leaked through cloud storage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes, iCloud. It's the cloud services from Apple.
Apple, right? So how did that
Yes.
happen? I mean, what exactly is the
So
technology?
again, everything depends on the vulnerabilities. As the research go further, like let's for example, iCloud was set up a couple of years back,
Right.
right? As the research progresses, there are a lot of people who are very passionate about identifying what are the vulnerabilities in the system,
Uh-huh.
right? They happen to identify this vulnerability, and there is this myth that Apple cannot be hacked or Linux cannot be hacked, which absolutely false. Any system, anytime can be hacked. It's just a matter of time, right? And that's why when you network the entire city, what we call smart cities, or you network your power grids and things like that, what you saw in Die Hard 4 is something that's quite a
Yes.
possibility in the next couple of years, even in India. Thankfully, our dams are opened by hand these days, manually, but the times are coming up where it's entirely automated. And
Yes.
then what today we are discussing Gmail hacking, tomorrow we would be discussing hacks on various critical infrastructure protection and things like that.
Absolutely. I remember, Dominic, when I saw Die Hard 4, and you know I'm a film buff, when I saw Die Hard 4 and when I saw the entire electricity system and everything getting hacked, I said, is this actually possible? But
It's
now
actually
after what
possible.
you've telling me, what you've actually told me, it is very much possible, right?
No, no, I know there was this presentation in one of the hackers conference in US where they
Right.
showed live how a hacker can use an Android phone and hack into a cockpit of a pilot who's actually flying an aircraft at that point of time,
Oh my
right?
God.
Over the phone. So now that you have smart operating systems on the phone,
Huh.
so you will see more and more hacks on the phone. Mobile devices will be hacked more now, right? Because your email service is active on your either an iPhone or a Windows phone, or most probably Android,
Android.
because almost 65%, 68% market share in India is from Android.
Right.
So hacks would be on that. Again, Android belongs to Google, right?
Right.
And they're coming with Google Android One, a new operating
Yes,
system
yes,
now.
that just launched,
So,
yes,
so,
last
so
week.
this that means more and more people are going to use it. More and more layman is going to use it, who may not necessarily be bothered about security unless, of course, they are cautiously trained every single time.
Right.
So the scope and opportunity for hackers are absolutely superb.
Great. All right. Thank you, Dominic. Well,
Thank you.
not
Thank
so
you for having me.
good news coming in there from Dominic. You are vulnerable. There is no such thing as 100% security, as cybersecurity expert Dominic said. But what you can do is follow the two-step authentication as we showed you and as Dominic told you. You can ensure that your password is as complicated as can be, and well, you can just hope for the best. Also, remember to never put up very, very critical details like your bank account number and password in a very open manner in your account. So thank you so much, Dominic. I think that was very, very informative for our viewers. Thank you for taking out the time to talk to us. It was great having you. So all of you out there, please be careful. Please secure your accounts. I'm going to go right now and follow the two-step authentication as Dominic just told us. Thanks so much for watching. We look forward to your tweets, your video responses to this show. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.